let's do this.
I'll take a double cheeseburger, double cheese, double meat, motherfucker.
Oni, we're live.
I know.
You do it to yourself, you know that?
Subtlety, and thy name is an Oni.
What else is new?
Moving on.
By the way, that was me imitating Bruce Pritchard, who imitated Jim Cornette. So, yeah.
I kind of see that. Okay.
Okay, I will do this for the NJ. The Royal Rumble. It was great. It was wonderful. Legends returned. And fuck Ronda Rousey. The end. We're done. Good night, everybody.
I'll get to that when it's get there.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Last week, history was made. One woman guaranteed herself a first-class ticket to a title match of her choice for WrestleMania, and then got upstaged by a debuting Ronda Rousey. Timing!
Yeah, I'm still kind of mad about that.
Yeah, me too.
Because the match was so good, and then it got ruined within 5 minutes.
I was going to say, it could have been worse.
Oh, yeah.
The main
event, it really could have been worse.
The main event men's world title match, where he chose his title on the spot. The Royal Rumble is now firmly in the rearview mirror, and we are on the road to WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RawDown Rebound Royal Rumble review. I am MJ Knight, the face of Real Features and the main host of Sunday Night Live. We have the First Lady of Awesome in Lydia, who will give any franchise the old Yeller treatment if she deems it so.
Or I will unleash the final flash on anybody who wants to fuck with me. Thank you very much.
Oh, God, Super Saiyan.
Why didn't you put Impact Wrestling out of its misery yet then? You fail.
Oh, no. I'm biding my time on that, Oni. I'm biding my time.
Get in line.
Snarky, forthright, stealthy, but always adorable. Win the Rogue.
Hello there. If you hear cursing in the background, that's because I have a very over-opinionated cat for a familiar.
He knows logic. He knows reason. He is the Co-92.
Hello, good people, and happy Sunday, everybody.
Cybernetic, charismatic, energetic, the Raiden.
Slander comes in all shapes and sizes. You get on my bad side, or get on everybody's sad side. On my wall, no Shindaru.
Oh no.
Never outspoken, he has yet to have a snack he didn't like, and is an honorary member of the Stone Cold University, the Oni Rokaku.
Let me see. Snarky wet. Fuck, I ran out of my joke. Oh, wait. There is one thing I'd like to say.
Uh-oh.
Can we pull over? This road sucks. I want to go to the bathroom.
I thought you were going to pull something that Austin said it is Stone Cold Union advert they had for Royal Rumble 98. You must possess political incorrectness. To me, it's all a bunch of crap.
Well, it is, but still. That's too easy.
Yes.
I'm just biding my time so I can build my own mobile suit of my own and take over the world.
Cool beans. I'd be down with that.
Where's my Gundam, damn it?
Sorry, I think Nabby stole it.
Oh, man.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus The Revival. Mulligan, I still don't care.
Oh, that was a match? I'm sorry. I didn't even notice it was a match. I wasn't even paying attention. Because didn't it happen while we were talking in the preview panel?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
So if we talk about the preview panel while a match is going on, does it really count as a review of a prediction?
Flip a coin.
How about we do this? Let's all say Mulligan because I don't think anybody cared.
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Let's just skip the pre-show matches.
All right. I was going to talk about the U.S. title match, but okay. Then.
Okay. Let's back up on that one because I actually have something to say about the U.S. title match.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah. Nothing bad. Do you get the feeling that somebody else was supposed to be challenging Bobby Roode instead of Mojo Rawley?
Yeah. Considering that someone also appeared in the Rumble match.
There's actually
number 3, in my view.
There's actually 2 choices you overlooked. One of them was, you were right, Dolph Ziggler. They moved him to the Rumble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, and this is going to come to a shock to y'all. Adam Cole, baby!
No freaking way.
Yeah. They were going to have Adam Cole be the challenger to Bobby Roode's U.S. title open challenge, but they had a second thought and thought, wait a minute, his main roster debut will be on the pre-show. No, fuck that shit. Just put him to the Rumble.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, it was a surprise.
And plus, it's Adam Cole.
Yeah.
The night before, him and Aleister Black had a match that would rival that of a car crash on I-95.
Exactly.
Dude, he literally had to be stitched together after that.
And I still ask this question, and MJ may agree with me on this. How is your spine not broken?
Holy shit, you're right.
Because, okay, MJ, we've seen the 2 chairs spot one time where they had the 2... the 2 ends that you sit on?
Yeah.
He turned them around and had the top, the top of the chairs.
Guess
where his spine landed?
Yeah. It landed.
MJ, do me a favor.
Yes.
Go look up NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, Aleister Black versus Adam Cole when you get free time. Watch that match and you'll see what I'm talking about. Dude, that spot, holy shit. I mean, I love crazy-ass spots, but even this is one I was going, oh, God, my back. I don't even look at this is one time, if I have to watch it again, it would be one more time just for, like, a review purpose. But I don't think I ever want to see that spot again.
Ooh.
Ever. That's your one and done. You can't redo that spot. If you do, you're asking for trouble. And I'm not saying it because it may get, like, quote unquote boring either. I'm saying this for, like, actual health concerns.
Yeah.
I'm going off track here, but yeah, those Ziggler and Cole were the 2 that was supposed to challenge Bobby Roode. They got moved to the Rumble, and Mojo Rawley was their 3rd, and it was like, it's Mojo Rawley, who cares?
Well, to be fair, thematically, for story reasons, it makes sense because Mojo was the guy Bobby beat to get into the finals to win the title in the first place.
True.
So thematically, it makes sense.
Yeah, I can see your point.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: why is the Super Bowl going to suck this year? Oh, I said Super Bowl. What are you going to do, NFL? Ooh.
Yeah, because it's the Patriots. They win, lol.
Yeah.
Considering I don't know enough about NFL football, I'm just not going to comment.
That's not we did.
Yeah, Big Battle's in the comments section. Hey there, Big Battle. How you doing?
Hey.
All I'm going to say for the US title matches, didn't watch this, yet at the same time, I wasn't expecting Mojo to get the shot. But at the same time, I like to be surprised occasionally, so good on you for that one, WWE. Anyone else want to say anything about the US title before we move to the main card?
No, not really.
Nah.
I was surprised too. I'm good.
Nothing much to say about it, but it was a decent match.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Big Battle says he's doing fine. Excellent. Up next, the WWE Championship. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And let this be said, I think this is the first time since Royal Rumble 2011 where we've had a world title match kicking off the show. Because if you recall from that year, I think that was Edge versus Dolph Ziggler.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But to be fair, I mean, at the time we thought, like, wait, they're kicking off of the show first with Edge, but then after WrestleMania that year, we found out why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting this to start the show, but vicariously it got the ball rolling and set the mood for the night. Kudos to Styles for being able to retain his WWE title against the odd couple of Owens and Zayn. While Owens has proved himself as a credible world champion when he became only the second man to be Universal Champion back in the fall of 2016, which was gift wrapped to him by Triple H. Let's just call it for what it is. It would have been laughable to have that world title co-defended with Zayn. Besides, we've seen what happens when you make a world championship defended by two people. Too lay cool.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, does everyone else remember the co-hardcore champions, Edge and Mick Foley?
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, that was a thing. Ugh.
Even though it was just an unofficial title change.
Yeah, it's the hardcore championship. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Oni.
Well, it was a match. What? What do you want me to say? It was good. And then after it, huh?
That's fine.
Yep, I was gonna say after the match when Shane mocks Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, it's just like, huh. And then on SmackDown, they're teasing a breakup.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of had a feeling something along those lines would happen if something went wrong.
Yeah, so we get to
Kevin
see...
Owens has never been known to keep a partner for very long.
No.
Nah, he's never been.
Nope.
Yep.
Lydia.
Well, I actually did enjoy this match, but the rumor is that Kevin Owens was actually working hurt, but it didn't show to me. Every time that he was in the ring, he would work his best, like always. I knew that the numbers game was going to catch up on AJ, but he still pulled off a victory. A controversial ending because of the whole tag switch thing that confused me when I watched it. And I don't know where they're gonna go with this afterwards. They're teasing a breakup, but also where does this go along with the lines of Shane and Daniel and that? Where does that gonna go? I will say this. Yeah, I will say this. The ending segment should have had the Curb Your Enthusiasm music at the end of it, because like Owens just screaming and then getting cut off by the yeah, that was hilarious. I'm like, ah!
That was good timing right there.
It's like, fuck! Cut. But all in all, this was a good match, and I'm glad that AJ won, even though I was scared that we were going to have two people defending one title. That was going to annoy me, but I'm glad AJ won. It was a good match.
All right.
Oh, by the way, left a link.
Yeah, I can see your pick.
What'd you do?
It's NFL related.
Yeah, but it's also DBZ related. You'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Pretty good, I must say.
Co-92.
Yeah, all I gotta say is that for a kickoff show, for the first match of the main card, this was actually a pretty good match. AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens did pretty good in the ring, and glad to see AJ retain the title. Looking forward to seeing him defend at WrestleMania.
Raiden?
Yeah, it was pretty semi-decent. Nothing to write home about, but a really good opener. That's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
Win?
It was an entertaining opener. I also expressed the kind of concern as it was a handicap match, and I was afraid poor AJ would get screwed, but in the end, he managed to come out on top and beat Zayn and Owens. So, guess we'll have to see if this breakup occurs or if it's just business as usual. And in terms of the Shane and Bryan feud, I am kind of confused about that as well. Is that going to continue, or did they just suddenly decide to just drop it out of the blue? Because we know that similar scenarios like this happened in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me with how WWE will just change the creative at the drop of a dime, so your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. They've always been known for changing plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they change plans when they think something's not working, and sometimes they'll still plow on full steam ahead with plans that aren't working. Roman's push.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, if you will.
Yeah. Up next, the 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos defending against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. This was over with too quick. 2 straight falls. I haven't seen that done in a while. Probably not since Vengeance 2006 between Ric Flair and Mick Foley. And Foley was heel at the time. Why? Foley, in the modern WWE, he doesn't work best as a heel. Get away with it. Mick Foley's a babyface. Stick with what works.
Unless he's Cactus Jack.
Well, it's Cactus Jack. He's just anti-hero. It's like, fuck it, let him do what he wants. I'm not going to tell him what to do. That and the theory of the Usos being made to drop the belts didn't pan out. But then again, this isn't the first time that a superstar has not been made to drop a title opportunity because of a DUI. Those that recall from last week, we mentioned that Jack Swagger had been reprimanded by the law for having weed in his car, and he had a title shot for the now defunct World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 29. This was a good match for all it was, but I think Gable and Benjamin's reaction reflected our own. Too soon. Raiden.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was way too quick. I mean, match-wise, it was great, but in the end, it was just really, really rushed. So, like I said, good match, but just too damn quick.
Win.
I have to repeat those sentiments. At the same time, I was kind of interested in seeing if the Usos would lose their title, not just because of the scandal, but because you have a lot of very, really, really talented tag teams on the SmackDown roster. Yeah. And on the Raw roster as well. So it kind of makes you wonder, will these guys get a push, or is it going to be another scenario of a particular tag team keeping the title for a little longer than wanted?
Code 92.
Yeah, I actually think it was this tag team match was pretty good, and I didn't really expect the Usos to get like a clean sweep in this match. No. So yeah, that was unexpected because I was expecting it to go like all the way to the third third fall.
What?
I know. Sorry for my stuttering.
It's all right. You're good. I didn't mean to make fun. I was just.
No, it's okay. But yeah, pretty good match. But it did leave you wanting more of it.
Lydia.
All right. Despite the length between the first fall and the second fall, this was a decent match. And I also love how the Usos took Chad Gable to Super Kick City. That was brutal, like one after the other. I'm surprised that the Usos retained as well, but then again, they are kind of sort of directly related to Roman, and Roman can't get in trouble for shit, so why are we... That's fine. It looks looks like the Benjables, that's what I'm going to call them now, are going to be Breezango. So what are they going to do with the Usos since they're not afterwards? Well, Fugic.
Yeah.
And honestly, I could actually see like a fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania between the Usos, Benjables, the Bludgeon Brothers, and Breezango. And I kind of want Breezango to win. I don't know why. I just do. But that's all I have to say. It was a decent match despite the length of it. But I think this show has been was pretty weird on the length of the matches, to be honest.
Yeah.
You mentioned with Breezango, I think it's well overdue for Fandango to actually get a title opportunity, because here's the thing. He started to get super over because, according to what news reports and various dirt sheets were around at the time in 2013, Fandango was Vince's next pet project, but he killed it because fans were embracing it. It's like, you people are embracing it. I'm going to kill it. And me and Oni are like,
yeah.
It's like, are you high?
Anybody don't want that.
Especially the night after WrestleMania on Raw, with everyone humming Fandango's theme in the crowd. Because Oni, we covered this 5 years. They did not give a shit that night.
No! And to this day, every Raw after WrestleMania, the fans never give a shit.
Yeah.
Especially when they have their beach balls taken away.
The beach ball incident.
Yeah. Or
To
particularly,
be honest, that's starting to get annoying as well.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Or particularly when the Hardys defended their new Raw tag team titles the night after WrestleMania, you just hear the crowd going, "Fuck that ass!" He was losing it.
Wait, what'd you say? Oh yeah, fuck that.
Crowd.
When I heard that chant, I was just like, crowd, I love you. You're crazy, but I love you.
or the first segment of Raw, soon as you heard Roman, boo!
Boy, that was memorable as fuck. Tell me, oh my god. Couldn't get a word out.
It's European fans. They are one of the most hardcore wrestling fans out
there.
And it made the list for Raw's top 25.
I'm surprised you put that.
Or
it's like,
or the way the fans would chant, "Go away, go away."
I don't understand why would they do that? Put that on the list. Would they try to because they would like to try to hide the fact?
I was surprised that when they were showing clips for their YouTube page, they weren't censoring the fans when they chanted "Fuck you, Roman! Fuck you, Roman!"
Oh yeah, they did.
Hmm?
They did censor it on the top 25 moments though. It's just like. And then it's just, this is my yard now. He said 5 words. That's not memorable. The crowd is more memorable than that.
God. Mind you, wasn't that also the same evening that Braun Strowman started to get over as a babyface?
No, that was like a week later. The infamous... no, that's not infamous. The famous beatdown of Braun Strowman. People were still booing Roman, and all of a sudden, Braun just comes in and starts beating the shit out of Roman. You could hear the crowd getting out of their seats and going, "Pay him up!" Yeah! And then when you thought he was done, you thought Braun was done. He was already on the stretcher. "I'm not finished with you!" Pop, pop, pop. Throws him off. And just when you thought that was over, "I'm not finished with you!" Boom, boom, boom. Gets out, grabs the ambulance, flips it over. Instant face. 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10. 5 stars.
If you look at the clip of that on YouTube, you can see a revealing mistake at the bottom left corner of the frame of that video. You can see the shadow of the people wheeling Roman out of the ambulance. It's like, you couldn't have zoomed in a little bit closer, guys.
It's like leaving the mic in a TV show. I'm like, whoops.
It still didn't ruin Braun.
No.
It's just like, holy shit, Braun Strowman's fucking strong. Move him now.
I know.
Like, that should have ruined it, but it was just like, no, Braun. It's Braun.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I mean, you have a Rusev. If we can have a Rusev Day calendar, I want a Braun Strowman calendar. Every day of the year, it's every day of the year is Braun.
And get
Or you have a Braun week.
Yes.
I'm not finished with you.
Everybody's gonna get these hands. Okay, that's coming from Braun. That's scary.
Yeah.
Braun, although he's gotten better with his mic skills, he's still one of those people, he needs a mouthpiece.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Big Mal just linked me something. Hold on. Oh, yeah, and the thing, somebody actually did make the. You've heard Braun Strowman's theme, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know when he screams, and then there's that one part where he just screams out in a promo, "I'm not finished with you."
Holy shit.
That and the song together.
Oh dear.
I will show everybody after we're off the air, but still.
Yeah. And amongst all that, we haven't gotten Oni's take on the tag title match. Your 2 cents.
That was a match? Jesus Christ, I could have took a shit that was faster than that.
Thank you very much.
I'm not fucking kidding. It was just like 2 straight falls. Me and my oh god, I dropped my mic. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Yeah.
That fucking all I know is first fall, I was like, okay, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin's gonna get the second fall. I'm gonna because me and my friend were talking on one Skype call, and I was switching over with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the second fall when I came in, and I was just thinking, as soon as we get to the third fall, I'm going to go back to my friend. All of a sudden, 1, 2, 3. What?
Yeah.
what the hell?
I thought in my head it was Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. No, it was the Usos. I'm like, wait, 2 straight? The last time I've seen a 2 out of 3 falls match that went 2 straight, it was Beth Phoenix and Candice Michelle.
Wow.
Oh.
That too, I remember.
Yeah, but here was the thing. Candice legit got injured
Ew.
in that one, and they had to abruptly do that. This is like 2 straight. But who said they didn't remember that?
Me.
Yeah, Raiden, that happened. It was the first ever women's 2 out of 3 falls match. And Beth Phoenix won 2 straight. But the second fall, Candice was supposed to land like she had a fake injury. She landed wrong, landed on her clavicle. That was pretty much the beginning of the end for Candice.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I'm trying to remember.
Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Jeez.
It's a shame. It's a shame for Candice as well, because she was at that point where, your words, Oni, she was at that point where she wanted to grow up at last.
Yeah, and then that injury. It's the funniest thing. You should mention this now. I actually, some people, I know there are some people wondering who probably didn't catch up with wrestling in this current modern day, especially in the indies, and just asked, what happened? What about Candice Michelle? She should have been in it too. Here's the thing. She wrestled her final match a few months ago at House of Hardcore against Victoria.
Didn't you say she was just trying to show her kid what she used to do, and from what you've heard, that match wasn't that great?
No, I thought the match was all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you were right about that part, though, about showing her child that what she used to do was wrestle and just all that. It was just her final match, and even though she won it, we found out she got injured.
Ew.
That woman, I'm sorry, this is not an insult, but that woman cannot catch a break.
No.
Like, at all.
considering she was trying to get away from her Playboy past as well.
Exactly. It's just like, but then again, she hadn't wrestled in years, and she had just been training to wrestle at least one more time. It's still sad. But yeah.
It's in a similar context that the only reason Goldberg came back when he did it for his kid.
Yeah. And now he's going into the Hall of Fame. By the way, speaking of the Hall of Fame, I know we're segueing and all that, and I apologize for going off topic, but I need to get this off my chest. Two things. One, congratulations to the Dudley Boys.
Overdue.
Well,
this is a better Hall of Fame induction than their TNA one.
Yeah.
Well, that goes without saying.
I mean, come on. We all know the TNA Hall of Fame was located in a Ferris wheel. No, I told a lie. I told a lie. It's at the carousel. Never mind.
You are just never going to let this go, are you?
Nope. I mean, come on. It's TNA. They're a joke.
No. Oh, whoa. Let me stop and back you up. Oni, jokes have to be funny.
Oh!
Yeah, they don't need explaining either, do they?
Because when you explain a joke,
there is no joke.
Oh,
only
exactly.
misery.
What was
That
it?
is the joke.
What was it years ago? I think it was probably the SummerSlam 2010 panel. We informed Random about TNA, and he goes, I go and look at it. It goes, I'm looking for a TNA, and I see no tits and ass anywhere.
You thank Vince Russo on that one.
And of course, wasn't it? We were talking about the World Heavyweight title match for that pay-per-view, which was Kane versus one of Odie's favorite wrestlers in Rey Mysterio. He comes in and goes, "What, Kane? What a title! Oh my gosh, the skies are falling! Everything's..." And he goes, "What did he win? Oh, he won the World Heavyweight title." He goes, "What?" He goes, "That thing's worthless." And at that stage, he wasn't wrong.
Exactly.
You mean I won the WCW title? Son of a bitch!
Oh, okay. Here's the second thing. I wished congratulations to the Dudley Boys on my Raw account when Raw was on. Guess what happened?
What?
Oh,
I got
this.
Okay, what?
You got a shout out on WWE TV.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Twitter feed. Their Twitter feed. I was on it.
Sweet.
Wow, I did not recognize that.
Yeah, I mean it's my Raw account at Oni Rikaku Raw because I got 3 accounts. The main one for everything else, Raw for Raw eccentric tweets, and the SmackDown one for SmackDown eccentric tweets. Somebody, because I wasn't paying attention, and it was right during the middle of Asuka versus Sasha Banks. He did the Twitter thing. Somebody had messaged me and saying, "Hey, you do know you were on the Raw's Twitter ticker, right?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I go back to find out. Yeah, and it was my congratulations to the Dudley Boys tweet that got it. I was like, son of a bitch, after everything I've said and so many jokes that would have flown under WWE's radar, this is the one they wanted to show?
As a wise lady once said to me, when it's a good thing, don't question it.
You gotta get a screen cap for that, man.
I'm going to find, I'm going to find it, and once I do, I will screen cap it. And thus my ego has grown 20 times more. You may bow down to your radiance.
No.
Oh, dear God.
I'm good.
Hey, Oni, at least Twitter treated you better than Razor Fist recently.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, wasn't his thing about a few months back?
Yeah, Razor Fist got banned from Twitter for a while for using the name Lynch in a tweet when he was talking about his favorite guitarist from Metallica, and even Eric Lynch has Lynch in his Twitter handle and wasn't banned for it. And we're like, what?
I mean,
that makes no sense.
How dare you talk about that kind of thing? And how dare you talk about Matalo? What's it? They're old news. You're banned. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, we've gone way off topic. As for the 2 out of 3 falls match, I've seen better. Can we get to the Royal Rumble match now?
Let's
Funny,
do so.
Funny you should ask that. The men's Royal Rumble match, winner receives a World Championship at WrestleMania. For the first time in 6 years, this match did not disappoint. WWE gave us the winner we all wanted in the King of Strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura, and that the option to choose which champion that the winner can face is acknowledged. But, truth be told, that loophole was in place even in the 2003 Royal Rumble match. It just wasn't advertised. I did have a nagging thought that creative would do safe and predictable by choosing either Reigns or Cena when it got to the Final Four. But the fact that they went with Nakamura by eliminating Reigns proved me wrong and showed they are looking to please the fans again. That, and we got the match we all want to see in Nakamura versus Styles for Mania 34. Also, Kofi found another way of staying in the Rumble match with his annual defiance of elimination. This time by having one foot on a plate of food.
Oh, I thought it was one foot on Xavier.
Yeah, he also had his foot. Yeah, not as amazing as his previous original. I will grant him that. Oni, go to war.
Oh, good Lord. Where do I fucking begin? Oh, Jesus. Because this men's Royal Rumble match, first off, I was shocked to see it this early. First off. And that confirmed what we've all been thinking, that the women's Royal Rumble match would be the main event.
Yeah.
Yep. Second, the elimination, especially Kofi's, was like, wow.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Yes, he did.
Third, Andrade, I cannot say his name, Almas.
Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah. The NXT champion
that was a
Royal Rumble. That was awesome. And as well, as we mentioned earlier, Adam Cole.
Baby.
Those were surprises, but the Hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like he was going to do a choke slam on Cena, and he's just like, bitch, please.
Yes, it was like, then I'm going to sell to you. Boop, out, bye. And then number 27, and because I picked it in the Rumble pool, Rey Mysterio, and I was like, holy shit, Rey Mysterio's back.
And he's in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in good shape since Lucha Underground.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little smaller from what we had saw him from at Lucha Underground. I mean, MJ. Before this, Lucha Underground, Ray looked like he had been taking steroids. He looked jacked.
Ew.
Now it's just, he still looks good, but he don't look like he's been taking steroids, which is weird, but whatever. Either way, Mysterio still had it, and before anyone asks, he has not re-signed with WWE. Right now, it's just a one-time deal. He wants to come back part-time, but they want him back full-time. Butting heads again, but at least it was a little better on better terms.
Yeah.
Well, put this also in another context, Tony. At least it's not your number 27 pick from Royal Rumble 2012 reactions, which was David Otunga.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
I actually watched that back recently where you just hear you in the background, ah! And I'm like, over. You're like, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but no.
Oh, God, poor Odie.
When it comes, I swear, every year for the Royal Rumble, when I pick number 27, something usually happens that pisses me off.
Or
I'm going to get to the Women's Royal Rumble on that one in a bit.
Or like,
oh, God, yes.
Or like when it got to I think it was number 11 or 12 during that match. We're like, who's a Dolph? What the fuck? Oh god, we had such a good laugh with that one.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we did.
But the right result. Shinsuke Nakamura winning. We kind of predicted it, and when he said AJ Styles' name, I was just like, WrestleMania is saved!
Yeah!
We're getting the Wrestle Kingdom rematch! Holy shit. I have not been this surprised at Royal Rumble in ages.
Not since 2012, because that especially when it was down to Jericho and Sheamus, where for like 5 or 7 minutes they teased us with so many possible ways of elimination, and then of all the things, I know we've said this so many times before, we see Jericho go to pitch show. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, Jericho, this is not TNA!
Oh, God.
I think that happened twice in this match, didn't it? No, the women's.
We'll get to the women's Rumble in a bit, but I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the Rumble. It's the first time in a long time I was happy with the Royal Rumble result and match overall.
Yeah.
It didn't piss me off. It didn't make me mad. And it's nice to see that the Philly crowd remembers what happened years back with Roman Reigns.
Yeah. God, he got booed out of the building.
Music to my ears.
Big Bells just said, Oni, I think 27 is your cursed number.
I'm starting to believe it. And I'm going to say why when we get to the Women's Rumble. I don't want to spoil it for everybody because I've got a lot to say on that.
Didn't Austin win from the number 27 spot, or am I thinking something else?
Yes, he did win from the number 27 spot, and that's why I always say number 27 is always my favorite number for the Royal Rumble, because you never know what might happen.
No, that's
with
true.
That number. Except for the 2011 Rumble, because there was like 40 people, and I chose 37.
Yeah. Raiden. Uh-oh.
No. This is a good one. I gotta say, a lot has changed since last year.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, the anticipation, it worked. All of our dreams came true with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Even though MJ, Lydia win, this was our reaction in the final moments when Roman was still in this.
Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta say, this whole Rumble was very entertaining from start to finish. From the gag of Heath Slater not entering the Rumble, just punked every chance he gets.
I know. I could imagine L-Man was head desk and say, "No, this should be your world champion. I am going to log off in disgust."
Another one was the surprising entrant of the NXT champ, Andrade Cien Almas. Had a pretty good showing.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I hate to interrupt you, Raiden, but I have to say, because I think you and I talked about this for the between him and Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell was Almas had any energy after that 5-star classic?
Hey, just be glad it was him and not Gargano, because the guy took a beating.
Oh, good Lord, he did. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I said 5-star classic, Dave Meltzer finally gave a WWE match, well, NXT wise, 5 stars.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah. So that joke of 5 stars, Meltzer approved, not a joke. So congrats on those two for getting that as well. And I will admit, even though Omega Jericho is a match of the year contender and probably will win it, I must admit it was a 5-star classic, and I would watch it again. It told a story, just like the Rumble did.
Yeah.
So yeah. And again, Raiden, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you have to agree with me on this. And I hate repeating myself, but I can't help it. How are you still walking after that match with Aleister Black?
Yeah. Cole took the beating of his lifetime.
Yeah. I might have taken the beating of the lifetime, but I can handle it because I'm Adam Cole, baby. You're a freaking nut.
Yeah.
You're a freaking nut.
Yeah, there's some truth to some of the story. Like originally, Vince wanted him in the Rumble because he sees high regard for him. He really wants to push him on the main roster and doesn't see the
He wants Adam Cole on the main roster?
Vince is actually listening.
MJ,
Oh my God!
I think
Are you really MJ? Are you really MJ Knight or a clone? I must know. Are you a clone? Tell me you're not a clone. Please tell me you're not a clone.
I am the original.
How? How do you know you're not a clone? You could be one of those clones from Dragon Ball Fighters. In that case, I must beat you up.
Oh God.
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking. You're not a clone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those
Love
clones
you.
never talked.
Love you too, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, Raiden, go on ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Like the conversation. Anyway, personally, my all-time favorite moment was Cena came in, and it was all NXT stars, and they beat the crap out of him. And in my and to be honest, what I should have said in the Skype chat is like, "This is for NXT, bitch." I mean, oh my God, I just like playing that over and over in my head. Okay, let me speed this up. Okay, Hurricane came in, that was cool. Rey Mysterio coming in, that shocked the shit out of me. Even though we don't like them that as much, except for Rey. I won't speak for Only's case, but just seeing Orton, Cena, and Mysterio, tell me that doesn't scream ruthless aggression.
Class of 2002 in one ring.
Right?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And we get to the Final Four.
Oh no.
It's Team Japan that we like, and it's the Samoan sleeping pill. And it's the Samoan sleeping pill, and Super Cena. Imagine how scared we all were.
Oh, we were all terrified.
Yeah.
And I couldn't call this one a piss break match because the Rumble had actually good wrestlers more than the bad.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway, Cena eliminating Balor.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. Did anyone get a vibe of New Era versus Ruthless Aggression Era when it was down to the final 6?
I did.
Yeah, I had those kind of vibes.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, I do agree with you on this. Cena eliminating Balor? How dare you?
Oh, that pissed me off really bad. It's like that was like my second pick. That's my second choice.
Oh, here's the thing. That should piss me off. And then the next night happened.
Oh, God.
Cena versus Balor.
Der Ultra Trekkies just saying in the comment section, the Final Four, like from Battlestar. No, sorry, dude. Wrong show. He's getting involved. He's getting involved. You know, that's cool. That's cool.
All right. Let me end this in a high note.
Sure.
Okay. Nakamura eliminates Cena.
Woo!
happy. and the real test happened. Oh my god, we were all scared for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when the dust settled, Kinshasa elimination. We were all happy. Nakamura was Rumble, and I gotta say, I'm hoping this Royal Rumble evil streak ended with this one. That's all I gotta say. So great Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, we can only
Code 92.
Yeah, I gotta say, this was definitely not a bad Rumble match, and it certainly was better than the past few Rumbles. And keep in mind, I came into this match with low expectations, and when it came down to the ending, I still have my expectations though. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen, people. Don't get your hopes up. Turn around again. It's not gonna happen, people. Please don't get too excited. And then the ending happened, and then like, well, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Nakamura actually won. So yeah, that really took me by surprise. And I'm actually glad we're actually getting AJ Styles and Nakamura at WrestleMania for the WWE title. And let's be honest here. But it doesn't matter whether Lesnar and Reigns is going to happen at WrestleMania, because we know the WWE Championship will always be the true world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could imagine it if they do decide to play it like this. Let's just say they have 3 main events for WrestleMania, where you get Styles and Nakamura as the first one. Second one, let's just say for the sake of discussion, is Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, which probably more than likely will be. As soon as it gets to Roman Reigns versus Lesnar, everyone logs off and it's like, nope, so much nope, don't want to watch this. We already know what's going to happen.
I'm predicting that's going to happen. People are just going to switch off by the last match, and possibly some people in the stadium is going to leave.
Yeah. Everybody's going to take a collective piss break right then and there. It's like, we're done.
It's like, we've already seen the main event. Forget this.
Oh yeah, the Roman Reigns piss break thing is taking ground.
We ain't staying up past midnight.
But yeah, when that match comes on, I think I'm gonna probably just, even though I should watch it for the review, I might just switch it off, watch it another time, and just play a game so I don't end up waking the entire household out of rage, because no matter the outcome, the ending is going to be predictable with those two.
Yeah. I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a 5-hour Mania yet again.
Let me put it this way: I'm going to reference a certain South Park episode. For that match, we've got a choice between a douchebag and a turd sandwich.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think I made this joke at the post-panel for WrestleMania, and I know I did for the WrestleMania retrospective, and for WrestleMania 33, I said, welcome to day 2 of WrestleMania!
Yeah.
Trust me, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you'll have
we can do whatever we want.
You'll have a 3-hour pre-show. Was it 2 hours? I can't remember.
2 hours.
2-hour pre-show, then the 4-hour event. That's 6 hours, and then you add in an extra hour for the next day. That's 7. God Almighty!
I mean, I'm all for decompressing, but not to that length. That's too much. I mean, it's going to get to a point where WrestleMania will be as long as the Super Bowl, if not more so.
Oh dear Lord.
Anyway,
were you done, Code 92?
Yeah, gave my predictions and all. Good Rumble match, and we'll move on from here.
Lydia.
Well, what a difference a year makes.
Mm-hmm.
It surprised me that the men's rumble came first. It's like, I guess it makes sense considering the big importance of the women's rumble, but I don't see that happening again next year due to Vince reasons. Balor as number 2 kind of pissed me off a little bit because that's basically coming in as number 1. Because Vince hates Finn Balor and doesn't want to push him. And fuck you, Vince. But Finn was the Iron Man of this match. He went for almost an hour. I'm like, Jesus, man, how are you not dead?
I know.
But yeah, it sucked that he got eliminated by Roman Reigns. Or was it Roman Reigns or Cena? It was Cena. Oh wait, I forgot. Okay, still pissed me off. Fuck you, Cena. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Cena.
Yeah. A question: was it wrong of me to enjoy the Heath Slater abuse? Because Jesus, that was painful. Seriously, they just kicked the crap out of him every single entrant, especially my number 9, Big E, shoving pancakes in his mouth. I'm like, what?
Navi there.
Why? Heath Slater suffered enough.
As only once said, thank you, Heath. You're an insult to Southerners everywhere.
And Corbin giving us the shades of Undertaker when Maven eliminated in that Rumble years ago. Took everybody out and prepped Elias for his entrance because everybody was basically dead at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. And then everybody just kept coming out, hitting Heath Slater. I said, hey, new drinking game. Add the rule to this drinking game. Take a shot anytime Heath Slater gets hit.
Oh, God, yeah. But not that the hilarious moment in that match was when Sheamus got the human punching back to Heath Slater.
Yeah.
It's like, well, and I get why that he got eliminated because he had to compete in that match. For you, Sheamus, I feel sorry. And also, I do love the crafty way Kofi kept himself. That was hilarious. It's like another great use of pancakes. I'm loving the pancakes thing. It's great.
I personally think his best defiance to this day is his handstand.
Yeah, definitely. Same. And I love the return of the Hurricane. I did not look up on Twitter. They said that he basically blew his return. I'm like, I didn't check Twitter, so I don't know. So it's like it was a good surprise for me. It's like the Hurricane, okay. And then getting by Cena, I'm like, okay.
I kind of wanted him to chokeslam him.
Yeah, me too.
It kind of reminds me of from Unforgiven 2001, where he was trying to chokeslam Big Show. Big Show's like, get the fuck out of here.
Nope. And also Rey Mysterio showing up. Holy shit! I was like, internally I kept it in, but on the inside I was like a child. I'm like, holy shit! It's Rey Mysterio. And damn, did he look good? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and like everybody else, that Final Four, I was happy, but it scared the shit out of me because there were two options that sucked donkey dick. But the right man won, and I'm looking forward to seeing Nakamura versus Styles. But again, that's a too perfect of a main event. You're gonna know WWE is gonna find a way to ruin it somehow. You know it.
Particularly when.
I'm sorry, keep going.
No. Ladies first.
But all in all, the better man won. And what's funny is that he was all our pick to win the Rumble. We wanted him to win. We're glad that he won.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing AJ versus Nakamura at Mania. It's like that better close out the show. It better not. Otherwise, fuck that. It better close out the show.
Particularly where you say Vince hates Balor. I have to, I'm reminded of Oni's little one-man interpretation. It's like, well, see, He goes, well, I see you here figures. Finn Balor go, oh gosh, when are you gonna retire?
See, Finn Balor's not over. I don't think he will ever be over, damn it. You know why? I'm Vince McMahon, and what I say goes. Oh, wait.
Wow, the demon gimmick.
I gotta do the XFL real quick. Take over for me. Sure. I'll take over. Hurry up and rewrite the script of Royal Rumble post-haste.
Yeah, I like to see Vince try to run 2 companies at once this time, especially in his age.
He fucking won't. 2 companies he's running, WWE and Alpha Entertainment. Yeah, that's what's running the XFL is Alpha Entertainment, even though he took $100 million fucking dollars out of WWE stock.
Ugh.
This can only end in heartbreak.
Oh, Urinating Tree's already said something about this. It wasn't an insult, but more of a discussion. And he literally called what we all think of Vince McMahon the madman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, calling him a madman is an insult to insane people everywhere.
True.
You're not wrong.
But he's feeling optimistic. Urinating Tree is actually feeling optimistic about it. And I'm sorry, MJ. Can I add my 2 cents on this? Otherwise, it's going to bother the fuck out of me. And you know how I get.
On that one, no comment. Second, go nuts.
Okay. Does anybody here think that this incarnation of the XFL may succeed?
No. It depends.
I'm a watcher anyway, so, like, I don't know.
Well, considering now that this ain't the XFL that we knew back in 2001, they're saying that they're actually wanting to play football, not like the XFL we've seen. They, instead of waiting, like taking an entire year to just half-ass this, they're doing a sensible, smart idea and waiting 2 years.
That seems fair.
Gives them enough time.
Yeah.
And they've got time to actually talk to actual football enthusiasts. And they're saying they wanted they want to play shorter games. Like, who wants to sit here and see a 3-hour show? You fucking make Raw every 3 fucking hours. Don't fucking talk to me about that one, you piss.
I'd like to think that he has learned from his mistakes from the previous incarnation, but as Wynn rightfully once said, the proof in the pudding is the eating. I will give an opinion when I actually see results of what he produces.
They're actually saying something about one of a few things should happen. Like, they should explain the rules a little better. Like, what is a catch? What they consider is a catch, or a line for where a touchdown happens, something like that. They need to add more depth to it. And considering now that concussions are a no-no, this may be a little safer.
Also,
which is good.
Also, the other thing that he really needs to learn from as well, little to zero WWE influence. Like,
he's already said there would be no WWE influence.
Because what happened on the opening game? The Rock is live on the billboard, and Vince McMahon comes out with that Vince McMahon walk and that Vince McMahon voice is, "Welcome to the XFL." It's like, did you really need to be there?
And let's not forget,
he said he wasn't going to be like up front with this one. He was going to stay in the background. I'll wait and see on that. But here's the thing that got me, and I just don't believe this for about a cup of coffee. There will be no politics. Right.
That's good.
No comment.
The day, I'll tell you what, I'll believe it when you don't add in Johnny fucking Football.
Dare I even ask?
Don't.
Let's not.
Let's not say you did. Okay? I'm just, look, you're giving it 2 years. You're actually listening to football experts. You're giving it time. You're doing a little better on the rules. I will wait and see. That's all I'm going to say. Let's move on because neighbors again.
On top of that, Win, your 2 cents on the Rumble.
Be right back.
I had a blast, to be honest. I'm glad that I actually came back to watching WWE now, especially after seeing the Rumble. At first, I was a little worried at the near end, but the results came out as we wanted. I guess if you wish for something hard enough, it may just happen. It was nice to see some old faces and new alike. I got to see some of the NXT roster. That Adam Cole, I got to say, fighting with a bandaged torso, that takes a lot of guts to fight in the ring while you're still injured.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of seeing Rey Mysterio, I fangirled. And at the same time, because of Oni bringing it up in the reaction video, I couldn't help but think of Pikachu! Pikachu!
Oh boy!
Because his color pattern did kind of look like that of the Luchador Pikachu screenshot.
Yeah.
It was also nice to see the Hurricane again, but at the same time, I gotta ask this with him getting one shot. I know he isn't a big member of the roster, but he was still a pretty entertaining wrestler to watch when I was a teenager. What's up with that?
Yeah.
Thing that made me laugh was at King of the Ring 2002 when he actually defended his cruiserweight title against Jamie Noble. He did actually land a choke slam on him, which I thought, okay, good on you. That was well done.
What can I say? I kind of really loved his superhero persona because it was one of the more fun and a breath of fresh air compared to all the super edgy heels that were on the roster at the time. Don't get me wrong, those matches were entertaining as hell. It's just nice to see a little variety because variety adds spice to life.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. That's why I'm a variety guy.
Though, in terms of the match, everyone fought their best, fought their hardest. I kind of understood that Sheamus did have to get one shot because he and Cesaro did have an upcoming tag match after. So I wasn't too mad about that. And in the end, it did kind of come down to Ruthless Aggression versus NXT. And fortunately, in this case, instead of being predictable, giving it to the likes of either Randy Blandy, Baron Roman, or freaking John Cena, who I have no ill will against, it's just, you won too many times, goddammit. Give someone else the spotlight.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura came out on top, and I just squeed on the inside the minute he went, AJ Styles. So I know WrestleMania is going to be good. Even with the whole Roman versus Brock match, we know that we're going to be guaranteed a very, very solid and very entertaining match.
Yeah.
So, in other words, consider this Rogue approved. And if he weren't busy in the background playing with his cat ball, it'd be cat approved.
I hear that, yeah.
So yeah, I apologize for all the background noises. He's just expending a bunch of energy beating around his little cat ball. As long as it isn't my computer or my cords, I don't mind.
Or biting your arm for once.
Yeah, my arm is not a turkey leg, goddammit.
There's an obvious wishbone joke I could make there, but I'm just going to take the high road there.
God damn it. Okay.
I say it with love.
I know.
Anyone else want to comment on the Rumble that hasn't before we move on to the next one?
I'm good.
We're good.
I think we're all set our piece.
Yeah, I'm good too.
And Oni's in the background doing whatever. Alrighty. Up next, the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins versus The Bar. I suspected that The Bar would take back the titles. That, and it didn't help matters that Jordan and Rollins were actually carrying injuries, which is why they haven't been wrestling so often recently. The match was good for what it was, but I can see this team imploding now with what led to the titles changing hands. Don't be surprised if this will be Jordan versus Rollins at Mania. Co-92.
Yeah, this was actually an okay match, but you can definitely felt that this felt like a cool down match, especially when after the Rumble match itself. But Raw was it was pretty watchable, and I as predicted, the Bar managed to take back the tag team titles. So overall, not too bad.
Raiden.
What did you expect?
Yeah, like I said, okay. We were still on this. I just remember me, Lydia, when MJ were just in the Sky chat, just like talking, just not caring. So I saw a little bit of the match. It was it was good, but I just want to move on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Win.
It was an entertaining match because as I was chit-chatting with you on Skype, I was kind of in and out of my bedroom because that was when my computer was in the kitchen. I moved my computer into here recently. And from what I've seen, it was a good match, though I did have a feeling that the Bar would come out on top. Not because of predictable writing, but not only were their opponents injured, but Sheamus and Cesaro just had the better tag chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just my humble opinion.
Alrighty. Lydia.
These two versus Go Tanks. Let's see. It was a decent match, I'm not gonna lie. It was just it had a predictable ending. We all knew the Bar was gonna retain because Rollins and Jordan do not have chemistry. They are not, like, I don't care what you say. Jason Jordan is not Dean Ambrose. Fuck off.
No, he isn't.
And from what rumor has it is that Seth might be going away for injury purposes because I think he's pretty messed up from what I heard. I don't know if that's true. So if that's writing him off, it's like WrestleMania is going to be an issue, but okay. Then we're stuck with Jason Jordan. Yippee. All in all, it was a decent match, but it was just filler for the next match that comes up because oh boy, that's fun.
Because this is filler match.
Damn it, you beat me to it. Here's the problem with Jordan. Wrestling wise, he's easily in the same breath as that of Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, anybody who has the decent catch as cats can standard style of wrestling. He's up there with the best. It's just the way his character is represented at the moment. The way he had the setup with Chad Gable as American Alpha, it was already perfect. They just had to go and ruin him with not only being an illegitimate son of Kurt Angle, which is basically a reworked angle of Hornswoggle being McMahon's son, which was stupid in the face of itself. They then have to rework the Mama's Boy angle with Shelton Benjamin from 12 years ago. And I'm thinking, why? Just why?
If I may say, and quote Kaiju Noir, because fuck you, that's why.
I'm back. Sorry, what did I miss?
Oh, a lot. We'll get to your opinion on the Raw tag titles in a second, but
Mulligan.
Okay, then. It's just the way that it's this...
Actually, no. I take back my mulligan. I'm just gonna go ahead and just. I'm sorry for interrupting, MJ. I really am. Something about that match that did bother me.
Mm-hmm.
The ending.
Yeah.
Jason Jordan didn't fake an injury. He is legit injured.
Yeah.
So
on the neck, right?
So Seth apparently as well.
Yeah, they're both injured, but Jason's more around his neck.
Ew.
Uh-oh.
That's why he
Back
didn't
in that.
get tagged that much in that match, and why they had to drop the belts like they did.
But then again, from what we understand with Sheamus, he's got neck problems of his own.
Uh-huh. So I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way while I had it on my mind and tell y'all before, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah. Alrighty. Up next, the WWE Universal Triple Threat Championship match. Brock Lesnar defending against Kane and Braun Strowman. This was alright. It surprised me the way that Brock got thrown around by Strowman, as Lesnar is not exactly small in stature himself. It reminds me of the way Big Show threw the then WWE champion around when Big Show was drafted to SmackDown in October of 2002, which was also the same night that Big Show threw Undertaker off the stage after Taker had said to Lesnar was the better man. And if you also recall, it's also that rather savage moment where Big Show had said he was responsible for Taker's limp, and Taker just says in his biker gimmick, somewhat profoundly, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and if that's the case, I'd rather be a broken down has-been than a giant that never was. And Big Show's face is like, motherfucker, what?
Oh.
Which then set up the angle for Lesnar versus Big Show for Survivor Series 2002. That had to be one of the quickest matches for the WWE title in at least the last 20 years. Because Oni did not want Big Show to become champion that night. Mind you, did he ever?
No.
Mind you, I think people were more impressed that Lesnar got Big Show up for an F5. Because I think was he actually legit injured that night? Or was that just for show? Oni, I'm actually asking a question.
What? I was paying attention to something else. What's up?
When Lesnar got Big Show up for the F5 at Survivor Series, was he legit injured that night, or was that just for show?
I honestly don't remember.
Because we know he was taped up that night.
Yeah, he might have been, but I can't really remember. Because let's be honest, I don't give a fuck about Big Show. What makes you think I give a fuck?
I'm merely providing for context.
Okay, here's context. I went to the bathroom. The end. There's your context.
Never mind.
I just don't give a fuck about Big Show like at all.
like Big Show's music. Oh good lord. Kane plays his part well, but I get the feeling that he was just there to make up the numbers, as he didn't really have much of a part in the match other than being there. Good match. Code 92.
Yeah, I actually thought it was pretty good match as well. And as predicted, these two really killed each other. but overall, as predicted, Lesnar came out on top, and nothing much to say about this match other than this was pretty good.
Raiden?
Yeah, it was okay. Table spots were good. Lesnar getting some revenge on Strowman after what Strowman did to him last SummerSlam. You're right. You're right. Kane was just there. Okay, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I did not like this match. It was lazy as shit. It was just the spots were just expected. It's just the match was just there. I'm just waiting for Mania at this point, so Lesnar could just get out of my face. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that point. Lydia?
Well, okay, this was a bit like a bit of a mishmash of things. It was a decent match. Everything that wasn't nailed down was broken, except for the ring because they kind of needed that. If it wasn't for that, the ring would have gotten destroyed by Lesnar and Strowman. And I do love the commentary after Lesnar F5'd Strowman onto the table and dropped the table on him when Corey Graves says, "He's dead!" You can't kill Strowman. He's the legendary Super Saiyan, guys. He's maximum strong. But it was a decent match. It's like, now what? It's a bit of a problem when Kane can't even break the table. I'm like, what the hell happened there?
Well, at least it did give weight.
Fair enough. But it was a decent match, but the Bork Laser won like we all predicted he was going to.
Laser.
Yeah, I'll continue calling him that because of reasons. And yeah, I'm just really hoping that they give Strowman something else to do before Mania because, yeah, it is going to be Lesnar versus Reigns, and that's going to be whatever. Why? But that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on.
Win.
While it was interesting to see a battle of giants, and the match was okay because I got to see Braun Strowman in a championship title match. I think in this case, I'm going to let a clip of Dr. Robotnik explain my criticism.
I do have one small criticism. The ending, it was a little predictable.
Oh.
Right, you know.
I'm not wrong.
God bless you, Long John Baldry. Yeah.
And Navi doesn't care. He's just nonchalantly sitting on my bed, debating on taking a nap or giving himself like a fifth bath.
This is not food. I'm going back to sleep. All right. Oni.
Hold on a second. I'm doing something that's like 15 times better than Brock Lesnar versus Strowman versus Kane. I'm taking a look at my bank account and seeing how much money I have and seeing I have enough to pay some bills.
Ouch.
Ooh.
That's harsh.
Can you give me about like 2 minutes to figure this one out? Don't go to the Women's Rumble yet because this ain't going to take long.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I still have enough. All right. I was just figuring up, utility bill and rent, some mundane, important stuff that a 30-year-old man should be doing with his life instead of hearing a fucking idiot going around all the fucking time. And considering the fact that Braun Strowman is he's Braun Strowman.
He's a monster. He's a monster among men.
Yeah. And yeah, it was predictable like we figured it would be, but an accidental knee from Strowman and Brock gets pissed like Braun's just like, my knee slipped. I apologize. Boom! My fist slipped.
It's when
I forgot that.
When you saw the ripple effect on slow-mo, I'm like, ooh, that's not part of the show. That looked like, ooh.
That looked like Lesnar was pissed.
Yeah.
Brock, this isn't UFC.
This ain't even.
UFC.
This ain't Bellator?
No, Brock. Now here's your Twinkie, Brock.
Brock, why would you ever want to fight in the TNA of MMA?
Whoa!
I'm not kidding on that part either, by the way. I just... Yeah, when Brock just threw the thing on Braun, and Corey just screamed out, "Oh, he's dead!" I was like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's dead. He is so dead. Look at him moving. He is so dead. He's not going to get up and beat the shit out of Brock. So dead. Yep. Deader than a doornail. Good job. Great. Wonderful. It's 5 out of 5. Dead. Move on! I don't give a fuck. Okay? That was my thing. I don't give a fuck.
All right. Up next, and it's the main event, the first ever women's Royal Rumble match. Winner gets a women's title match at WrestleMania. This was so deserving of being the main event of the night. I think a lot of people had concerns as to whether this could work, as this was the first time that the women had this match type available to them. And to their credit, they prevailed in spades. The likes of Lita, Michelle McCool, and arguably the greatest of them all, Trish Stratus, proved that they still had it after not being in the ring for years. I think some of the women had the same sensation as we did, in that they were in awe at seeing the legends and Hall of Famers enter the ring before getting on with business. Also, I like the fact that Trish and Mickey acknowledged continuity from WrestleMania 22, where Trish made a V with her fingers, of which Mickey smiled at.
Back it up.
Oh?
Uh-oh.
I found out it wasn't the V-Lick.
Okay.
It was Trish saying that she had beat Mickey 7 times, and that was confirmed by Mafu at Botchamania.
Yeah, that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, so I apologize.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait a minute. She didn't beat Mickey 7 times. It was just more...
Yeah.
I think she was teasing her before that 7th victory.
Okay.
We don't know what the logic is. I thought it was the V-Lick. So,
I did, because Mickey was like, I remember that's like...
And then Nick Aldis replies to them both saying, I'm in front of the children.
Anyway. We all predicted Asuka to win, but the debut of Ronda Rousey kind of took the shine off of Asuka's victory. While I'm glad to see a new competitor on the roster, this could easily have been saved for the next night on Raw. Subtlety is definitely something that WWE needs to work on. And with that, we shall go to Win.
I had a blast. I'm not going to lie. As I've said before, I'll say this again. The women's roster in the WWE have come a long, long way since the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
This match was action-packed every step of the way. We got to see a lot of the old veterans, a lot of new faces, including some of the NXT roster like Ember Moon. I was happy.
Yeah.
And I got to see this Kairi Sane, it was?
Princess? Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I got to see her in action because I've heard nothing but good things about her, and I just loved her energy. I was very impressed. Hunter, just keep doing what you do in terms of picking talent. This is what you're good at. And let's see. We got to see Lita. We got to see Trish. We got to see Molly Holly. As Molly Holly, not Mighty Molly. I wish it was Mighty Molly, but seeing that these three ladies still had it after all these years was just satisfactory. And in this case, it was impressive to see Jackie still had it because she's what, early 50s now?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that woman moves like she's in her early 30s. But and then things started getting tense. I started getting a little heated because of seeing the Bellas and seeing a lot of good wrestlers get screwed over by the Bella twins. I was kind of scared. Oh God, are they going to give one of them the match? Specifically, Nikki Bella. And in the end, Asuka fought hard, and the well-deserved winner stood up. Though the only disappointment I had with this match, because this match does get a 99%, the 1% disappointment comes from that she didn't get to do her pick of her opponent because she, as MJ said, was upstaged by Ronda Rousey.
Oh, don't worry. They're going to save that for later.
Oh, boy.
Because don't get me wrong, Ronda Rousey is a competent athlete. And it was a nice little homage to Rowdy Roddy Piper when she came out with the leather jacket and the Rousey in his writing, since that was actually a gift from I think, Piper's son.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
But at the same time, my gripe with her is she tends to get a little too cocky, and that normally does her in. But then again, I'm not going to lie. While I was disappointed that Asuka was upstaged, I did love the fact that she pretty much made Stephanie figuratively shit herself by just looking at her.
Yeah. Stephanie had flashbacks.
And I'm not going to lie. The funniest highlight of that match was I was shooting the shit with MJ, Lydia, and the RawDown Rebound Generation 1 crew. And when Vicky Guerrero came out as the joke opponent, my cat was taking a nap. My cat was taking a nap on the sofa which is only about 2 feet away from the TV. He hears, "Excuse me!" He picks up his head, looks around, goes, "What the hell?" and gets so freaked, he dove into my fur. My cat does not approve.
Vicky Guerrero.
I don't think
Vicky Guerrero, the human cat whistle.
And at the same time, everyone just looked at each other, nodded, and just ganged up on her and just pushed her without any effort. Because I don't think she was ever really much in the ring if my memory recalls. She was just kind of known for talking smack.
She only got a victory over Trish Stratus because of Lay Tool, but we don't like to talk about that.
Yeah, pretty much all talk, no action. And Nav, I think I triggered Navi because he's meowing.
oh God!
Bring up that bitch. I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
That one of the how you choose to take this particular highlight, because one of the things they used to do back in the day when they put WrestleMania's when they put the first couple of WrestleMania releases on Blu-ray, I think for WrestleMania 26 is one of the first few times to ever put the last ever Raw and SmackDown on separate discs, just so you got the build up before the actual pay-per-view. The last SmackDown before WrestleMania 26 was I think a 4-on-4 women's tag match, and it ended up being the last 2 women in the ring was Beth Phoenix and Vicky Guerrero, and Beth had a sort of a what did I do sort of smile on her face when she inadvertently left Vicky to leave the ring in just her shirt and boxers.
Oh,
that's a lovely mental image.
Yeah, with Vicky embroidered on said ring attire. I'm like, yeah, it's like, that's a mental picture. Even Beth's like, oh.
Oh God! And one more highlight I did love was the fact that where Kelly thought she was hot shit, she finally got one shot by the Amazoness herself, Nia Jax.
Oh yeah.
And has to be said, and because we said this during whilst we were doing the reactions, what are some of the legends and Hall of Famers taking, whether as medication or drinking water? Because the likes of Tori, Trish, Molly, and Michelle McCool, they haven't aged a day.
No, they have not.
Nope.
I mean, especially Tori, but then again, that kind of makes sense with her because she is actually a fitness. Is it a fitness model or fitness instructor at the moment?
They're calling her like a fitness guru now, I think.
Yeah, because that's what they had Michelle McCool come in originally as before they started pushing her as a singles wrestler. She was meant to be like a fitness instructor because she was actually helping RVD and Rey Mysterio with a couple of stretches backstage in SmackDown of 2004, 2005, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they started with the fitness guru thing, and then they switched over to the teacher thing because she used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they did the whole thing with Lay Cole. Ugh.
Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, that was a thing that that kind of caught us off guard. I mean, I like the little rivalry thing that was going on with Sasha and Trish at one stage where Sasha's just so saying, no, you're not having this one. This is my time. Trish's like, care to prove it?
Oh, God, I got a lot to say about that.
Oh, God, yes.
Mind you, Weavile was ragging on Sasha Banks's ring attire. I thought her Wonder Woman-esque attire was cool, but he was saying in the comments section, oh, look, it's sluttier Wonder Woman New 52. I'm like, dude, you don't need to go that far.
He mentioned New 52, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Ugh.
I was just like, dude, you don't need to go that far. But then
I don't know. I have heard a lot of mixed things about the New 52, so I don't know what's up with that.
I've read quite a bit. Some are good, some are bad. If you want a good New 52 run, I highly recommend the Batgirl run. Also, even though it was short-lived, John Constantine was actually pretty freaking good.
Yeah. At least Reaper was good.
Katana was also underrated. I'd probably say the bad runs that were hit or miss were some of the lesser-known heroes.
And less we say about the culling, the better.
With fire!
Yeah, besides, I think we can move forward without too much worry because so far Rebirth, from what I understand, is a lot better run than New 52, so that makes me happy.
Definitely. I got a few.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, it is a pretty good read.
Yeah, I'd need to catch up on it. It's just the one comic book shop that I was driving distance is no longer in Hemet, so next time I go down to Palm Springs with a coworker, because we're going to have a girls' day out in Palm Springs on President's Day, I'm going to see if there's any comic book shops in the area.
Yeah. I hope to get more issues as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, back on subject.
Yeah.
Co-92.
Yeah, since I chimed in. So yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble. This was pretty good for the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, and I gotta say, it was well deserved for all of them. All the women they got their share of the spotlight in the match. I was glad to see some old women's wrestlers return, and like I said, as we all predicted, Asuka managed to win the match. But you know what the best part about this match was? Because this guy right here won the Women's Royal Rumble poll.
Damn it!
Oh, wait a minute. That does remind me. Who won the men's Royal Rumble poll?
Weavile.
No idea.
Weavile?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. He'll be wanting Wrestle Kingdom 12 more now. Fuck. I still need to get my hands on that, by the way. Give me time, Weavile, please. That's all I ask. So, since you won, what pay-per-view you want me to review?
What are the choices?
Your choices is, if you pick TNA, I'm going to slit your throat and pull out your vocal cords.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ,
Easy.
dude.
You're right. You're right. That is too far for me, MJ. I'm gonna take his head and shove it up his ass.
Whoa.
Mental pictures, goody.
Sorry.
Your new yoga?
It's just I said I would never review another TNA pay-per-view again, and I meant it.
Yeah.
Battleground 2013.
Let's see. What are the other choices again?
Let's see. You can have a. Okay, this is the first rule. A pay-per-view I haven't reviewed. That's a duh, because most of the B-sides we've done have been on VidMe, and I need to re-upload those onto YouTube. That's a process. It could be anything from WWE that isn't Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam. Those have retrospectives on their own.
Yeah.
It could be any B pay-per-view from WWE. It could be any pay-per-view from WCW. It can be any pay-per-view from ECW that isn't December to Dismember 2006, because I've already reviewed that.
Yeah.
And hell, I'll throw this in. AWA Super Clash 3.
Okay then. It's gonna take a while for me to think about this.
And because Weavile's the only one who did this for New Japan, I must strongly recommend this. Do not choose anything from New Japan, because it's really harder on me to get it, because A, I don't have New Japan Pro Wrestling World.
Right.
And I kind of want to try and find it on a day where I know I can find it and won't get like 50,000 viruses.
Fair enough.
So, Weavile, if you're listening to this, I'm still looking for a good source for Wrestle Kingdom 12 that isn't New Japan Pro Wrestling World. Might have to cave in on that sucker soon. I don't know yet. But I'll keep you updated on that. But anything that is WWE wise, any WCW pay-per-view, any ECW pay-per-view. Okay, WCW pay-per-view minus Bash at the Beach 2000, Spring Stampede 97. I've already reviewed those two.
Yeah.
So you can, and Starrcade 85, The Gathering. I might as well go ahead and say this now. I'm going to be reviewing that. I'm actually going to be writing something out soon for that. So MJ, when you get a message for that, I'm going to try and have it uploaded on February 17th.
Okay.
Personal reason, I'll tell you later. But yeah. Those are your choices.
All right then.
Okay. Raiden.
Team Japan. That's all I gotta say. Okay. I'm gonna keep this a little. I'm definitely gonna keep this short and sweet. All right. Surprise-wise, it was great. Like you said, all of the past women's wrestlers never aged a day. Still keep in shape. Moments-wise, Trisha Mickey was amazing. Seeing the Pirate Princess and Ember Moon, Triple H, my man for that. Vicky being there. Oh God, I could not stop laughing at that. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah.
But there were two entrants that, oh God, that had me like this. Yeah.
Damn it, Vegeta.
Yeah, seeing the Villains wins. Oh God. And Liddy, you can attest to this. Me and you were about to blow up the earth.
Yeah, we were about to. That close.
But yeah, man, just seeing the Rumble match for being really good, just like the men's one, was just very surprising. I gotta give WWE credit for that. Seeing the ending was amazing. But, and that's a big but, And
Yeah.
Here's my reaction when Mrs. Crybaby Rousey came in.
Mm.
Dude, you have a
You picked the wrong time to come in here and just like, oh look, I'm going to WrestleMania. Look, I'm going to ruin the whole women's division.
Well, I will say it's because of bad timing on WWE's part.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much was. Also, I've heard tweets of like Nia Jax, Sasha, and Succubus Jr.
Ugh.
Yeah, I understand the frustration. But all in all, great match either way. Enjoyed it. But for me, my all-time favorite moment, and this was a big moment, was in the Skype chat that Mr. Oni Rakaku picked number 27, and guess who number 27 was?
We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
No.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, you can get your chance.
Oh god. Aside from Oni, who hasn't said their piece on the women's match?
I have it.
Go ahead, Lids.
I thought you did.
Okay. This was a bit a great match, all in all. I loved all the returns. Becky and Sasha sharing the Iron Women title in this match because both of them went on for a while.
They did.
Sasha was in the final 5. I'm like, Jesus, man. And
Yeah.
I do owe an apology, especially to Weebile because he pointed this out. I confused Liv Morgan with Ruby Riott, but that's kind of fair because the Riot Squad is a bit interchangeable, and I'm not saying that because they're women. I'm saying that because they have no fucking personality.
Hot Topic Brigade.
Yeah. What with Sarah Morgan being basically the equivalent of Tamina having a baby with freaking Boomhauer?
Oh, great.
Jesus.
Dang over, there's somebody dang gonna win, but still dang over Royal Rumble, better than AMJ.
And Liv Morgan being the Penny Stewart Harley Quinn, and Ruby Riott. Yeah, and Ruby Riott being the failed fusion of CM Punk and AJ Lee because oh boy.
Oh, don't you insult Riot.
I'll tell you that Riot ain't all right.
Oh, I thought the only person that wasn't interchangeable in the entire thing was Mandy fucking Rose.
That was Absolution, dude.
I don't care. It's still fucking Mandy Rose. That girl can't wrestle worth a shit.
Fair enough.
So Kelly Jr.
Trust me, I've got a lot to get to.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Having all the returns was pretty good. Lita, I kind of called because I kind of expected it, even though she wasn't at Raw 25. I love seeing Tori Wilson. Oni, can we share Tori Wilson? Because that woman is freaking gorgeous. Jesus. Can we share Oni?
Well, it is almost Valentine's Day after all. I might as well.
And seeing Kari Singh in the ring, I've seen only a few matches of her. And good God, that girl is like an anime character if she became a wrestler. Damn, that's like, she's adorable.
Yeah, she is.
And I'm glad Tori eliminated Dana Brooke. You don't eliminate the Pirate Princess and expect to get away with that.
Yeah.
It's fucking Dana Brooke. It's like, and I've pointed this out during an episode of Raw when we were all, where everybody was tweeting about it. I said, wow, Miss Hancock much?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's been more than 7 years, so you can use it again.
But it's hard to. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right about that. But here's the problem: other people that are older wrestling fans will remember that shit if you're doing it exactly to a T.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
wrong. From the tiniest little microcosm of a detail that's like, okay, Because you know I'm getting into Gundam model kits, aka Gunpla, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Every piece has to be delicate. I have to put it on with a little bit of quietness, and it has to be detailed right to a T.
I can attest to that as well.
That is Dana Brooke right there for being the buff Stacy Keebler.
You're not wrong.
Well, I never thought those words would come right out of my mouth too, but whatever.
The only difference is Stacy was prettier.
Oh, touche. Yeah. Okay. And also Nia Jax became my personal hero for eliminating Kelly Kelly. Yay! And also Naomi pulling a Kofi. What the hell was that? Anybody else see that?
That kind of caught me off guard.
I'm like, okay, she pulled a Kofi. And Beth Phoenix having a stare down with Nia, two Amazons colliding at one point, only for Nia to get eliminated by her and freaking Natalia. And I'm so sorry, Oni. Poor Oni for number 27. I am so sorry.
Oh, man.
The more you talk about it, the more it makes me mad, so...
Okay, we'll keep doing it then.
Oh yeah, keep doing it. It's not like I'm gonna have a heart attack or anything.
No, he's no. Only will just have a Hulk out and tear his shirt.
Oh god, yeah. And that final two was fucking scary.
Yes,
Asuka, Asuka and Nikki Bella scared the shit out of me, and the better woman won. Thank God.
Yep.
And I'm so glad Asuka won that match. We all knew she was going to, but glad she did because fuck, I would have been pissed if she hadn't. But then that moment got fucking ruined by Ronda fucking Rousey. She's a decent athlete. I'm not gonna lie, but why? Why did you pick that moment? Why'd you ruin Asuka's moment by freaking bringing that bitch out? And thank God Asuka did not shake her hand because fuck that shit.
She would have taken her head off.
Oh, I would have taken her head off. And having her point at the WrestleMania sign twice reminded her of me of this tweet that I saw of the evil monkey pointing at the closet. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing who Asuka faces at WrestleMania. And it's probably going to be Bliss. So there's that.
The rumor is that she might challenge Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title.
I'd be okay with either.
To be fair, Stephanie said this week on Raw that Asuka should hold off from choosing which belt until after the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is also going to see the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match.
I called it.
You did?
That one could get a little brutal because we've seen since Survivor Series 2002 how brutal that match is. I mean, just look at the first match in what happened with Triple H when RVD kind of mistimed his 5-star frog splash and his knee went straight into Triple H's throat.
Okay, I must say this then.
Mm-hmm.
Pain.
Yeah. How Triple H... How Triple H even finished that match, you know, let alone trying to wrestle somewhat competently when it was just him and Shawn in the ring left. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... I don't know. It's going to be one of those situations again, because it's a first ever for the women. You know, roll the dice. I mean, it just makes you... The only one they've got left to do with regards to a first ever is when is there going to be a first ever Queen of the Ring tournament for WWE?
Oh, yeah.
Back it up, MJ.
Mm-hmm.
There is one other main event WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good.
I think it is slowly and very surely getting there. I'm just merely saying for context, for them to have a Queen of the Ring tournament, that would be another barrier broken down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, last but never least, I know Oni's been saving his rage. Go on.
okay,
Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3 music.
okay. I'm not mad about the match because I actually enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I have a few questions. One, where's the fucking Fountain of Youth?
Mm.
They know the secret. Where is it? We must know.
Yeah.
You must share it for the world.
They must share it for the world. Yes. Because I would like to have some of that. I mean, come on. I'm not getting any younger. Second off, I was surprised Tori was going to be in this because considering the fact she was on Raw 25 and all of a sudden she was in it, and I just thought in my head, main event, Tori Wilson, it finally happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lita being there, which kind of didn't shock us somewhat.
Yeah, that's true.
She
I like
did
it.
have like a few names on her arm, though. You didn't see that, did you?
Is this because of the band she's with, or is that something else?
No, it's something else.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The names she had on her arm: China, Luna,
Oh.
Sherry.
Respect.
Those
Yeah.
were women who passed away and couldn't. Well, you already know they couldn't do it because, well, they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
So I think she wrote their names on them in spirit to say that they're in this match in spirit. And I could be wrong. Lita might have had another reason to do it. But either way, that's still respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, class.
Classic.
And Molly Holly being there. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Again, Fountain of Youth. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah.
I gotta say, she looks adorable with short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And she didn't pat her butt this time, thank God.
Ugh. Let's not be
You
reminded.
can thank Wacky Mackey for that little
That's
bit.
just. Ugh.
Yeah. And it just. Holy shit. There was just like so many others. I know Jacqueline was there, which was awesome. And MJ pointed this out to me, and I do apologize for this. I really do. I thought she was losing her hair. Like there was some kind of bald spot.
Nah, it's just the way she's had it cut. Because
Yeah.
if you recall, about 3 or 4 years ago, Alicia Fox had something similar done.
Yeah, you're right, and I do apologize. What that doesn't explain Sasha Banks, though. You know her hair is there's a balding going on there.
Well, with the amount of times that she's had her hair color changed, because the amount of bleaching you do to that, your scalp will suffer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I should know this for a fact.
Oh dear.
Yeah, here's the thing. Since on occasion I would dye my hair quite a bit for fun, at least multi-streaks. I'm gonna just go full red soon. I can kind of attest that if you dye your hair too much in too short of a time, then it can damage your roots unless it's a vegetable-based hair dye. In this case, it's
Sasha's
best to kind
wasn't.
of space it out. It's best to space it out at least every 3 or 4 months, so you don't damage the oils in your hair and cause it to dry out.
Yeah.
But yeah, what she said. So I do apologize to Jacqueline on that one. Michelle McCool surprised me a little bit. I'm thinking she might have already had her surgery, as I know she said at one time she would have had to have surgery and there was going to be holes in her skin.
Oh.
Which I didn't see any, which Good for her. Vicky, why did you waste the spot?
Especially all she was doing was just saying her signature catchphrase. And as soon as I heard her go, "Excuse me," you hear one of the commentators go, "Oh God!"
But
oh God, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for scaring my cat, bitch.
oh yeah, Kari Sane was in it for a reason. She did replace Alicia Fox.
Yeah, because she's legit injured.
Yeah, we had already said Alicia Fox was injured, and we've been going on all week. I found out that Kari Sane was the one to replace Alicia Fox, so there you go on that. Ember Moon, on the other hand, the NXT Women's Champion, being in it, and then as soon as she gets in the ring, she sees Asuka. Asuka's just being like in such a cocky bitch. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. She looks at her, gives a smile, it's like, puts her arm. I was like, oh, you bitch. And how fitting that Asuka's the one to eliminate Ember Moon. It's like, oh, still can't get the job done.
Yeah.
All that's missing was, oh, Ember. I always
Senpai, why?
I always get a kick out of.
Notice me, Asuka Senpai.
I always get a kick out of when we reviewed NXT Takeover Respect. It was just after her match with Dana Brooke. We're like, oh, Dana. Odie just says to commentator, look, Emma, that's your prison bitch.
Still true. And then Kelly coming out. I was like, oh God, she's in ring gear, help. And then I noticed something. She was number 19 in the Rumble. She debuted at 19 years old. Get it? 19? It's funny. Laugh! Damn it, laugh.
Mr. McMahon, it's not funny, sir.
Thing that a friend of mine pointed out when I went into work a couple of days after, it's like, and I happen to notice this as well, I just didn't point this out during the reactions. When Kelly got caught up on the ropes in a rather unflattering position, the cameraman spent a little bit too long focusing on that area. I'm like, okay, can we move away from that? And my buddy's like, no, keep focusing. I'm just gonna pay attention right now. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, it just fucking pissed me off. And I think I chose 1, 27, and 30. 1 was Sasha Banks.
Yay!
30 was Trish.
Yay!
Which was the biggest shocker of all because she looked like she had ring gear ready for a month.
But then again, Trish has always been one of those people that she'll either come up with costumes by herself or she'll enhance ones that are given to her.
And then Nikki Bella was being number 27. I just threw up my hands and said, fuck this. I already know what's going to happen.
I
was trying to remember, somebody said this. And I can't remember who said it. It might have been Big Battle or it might have been Weavile. Said, the wrestling gods are not kind to you, Oni.
Nope.
They're not.
Oh, God.
I think it might have been Weavile. I keep thinking it was Big Battle for some reason. He'll probably correct me or something. I can't remember. But it's true. The wrestling gods are not kind to me. They never been kind to me at the number 27. It's a fucking curse. And I was like, well, at least number 28 can deal. It's like, breathe out! Ah! Inner destruction.
Well, Oni, it could easily have been worse for you at number 27. It could have been Eva Marie.
Thank God it wasn't.
I would say this: if it was Eva Marie, we would not exist.
No. Odie would have gone nuclear.
All I know was at the ending when Trish was out there, when I thought she did the V-leg, and apparently Nick Aldis thought the same thing because he did tweet out to those two, not in front of the children.
I like how Mickey was just like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about."
Like,
we get it. And then Mafu, and he might be right on that. It might be just him holding the 7, but I was like, I don't remember Trish beating Mickey 7 times.
I have the pay-per-view on my watch list still, so I could always watch it again and double check.
But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Ain't the first time. Won't be the last either. So
they cut that part out because I kept trying to rewatch that. I'm like, wait, where's the V-leg? Why aren't you showing that?
Oh, you're talking about the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania?
Both, because they cut that from like videos. I'm like, on their main site, they cut that part out from the Rumble. I'm like, what the hell? Why?
Wait, so they added in the replay, and you watched the replay?
Well, yeah, I had to because I wanted to take notes and see if I missed anything.
Fucking hell! I knew it was the V-leg. I fucking knew it.
See, told you. I was right.
Oh, look at that. Oni was right. There you go.
Yay!
Oni 1, Mafu 0. Those are words that will never be said again. But yeah, all I know was Natty got Trish on the sharpshooter, and wasn't it Trish that eliminated Natty?
I think so.
Anyway, all I know is Nia tackles Trish hard. Everybody looks at Nia like she just committed seppuku.
Dare I even ask what that is?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Suicide, right?
Ew.
No. Yeah, it's a ritualistic suicide that occurred back in the days of the samurai. If they feel they had failed their mission, they would have a superior officer stay on standby with an extra katana. They would take a kodachi knife. They would stab it into their torso and then have their superior officer cut their head off.
Yeah, pretty much that, because as soon as that happened, they all went, get her.
Oh yeah, it took everybody to get her out of the ring.
It's like
She's that much of a powerhouse and also that big of a build.
I could, and then somebody could argue, it was like, well, everybody else was beating up Trish, and I was like, yeah. But here's the thing. They know she's a threat, but Nia, they thought she might have injured Trish. And she pretty much had performed seppuku at that point. Yeah. And because of that, and it does count for everybody eliminating Nia, because Trish got a elimination. And she eliminated Mickey. And some people should be mad about that. Me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not mad. But Trish doing Sasha's pose, I was like, damn, you got your ego going tonight.
To be fair, Trish performed like she'd never been away.
Exactly. Same with Lita.
Yeah, you could tell because the crowd was chanting, "You still got it."
Yeah. And that moonsault, I'm like, damn.
Double moonsault, double stratisfaction. And
Twist of fate out the wazoo.
Yeah, Beth picking up Nia almost like it was nothing.
Damn.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then Natty just pretty much knife in the back. It's like, oh, we're going to get rid of Nia. Throws Beth out. I'm sorry. And Beth's like, fuck you.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially Beth giving Natty a hug. I'm like, what?
It's just pretty much the equivalent of, I'm sorry, I love you. Oh, my God. It just... And yeah, even though Nia pretty much committed seppuku, before that, Nia became my fucking hero.
Yep.
When she eliminated Kelly, I was just like, thank you. But then when it got to the final three between the Bellas and Asuka. So they were going to double team her, and then we are reminded of of Nikki telling Brie, "You should have died in the womb." By knocking Brie off of the ring and eliminating her. And you know what I thought in my head?
Mm-hmm.
That. Plus, I found out they did it because for the next season of Total Bellas.
Oh, goody.
Like, we're not tired of seeing this shit.
And then Asuka wins. And then Asuka wins. Happy. Now, I do agree. Seeing Ronda come out after kind of ruined the moment. I do agree. But I wasn't mad. For some reason, in my head, I was not mad. Because it could have been... Huh?
You do agree that she could have saved this for either Raw or SmackDown, though?
I do, yes. But I still think this in my head. And you may agree with me. It could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
If,
not wrong.
If Trish had been in Kari Sane's spot instead, and then Ronda Rousey was number 30.
Yeah.
So, it could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Because I think because one of the rumors they had going around is that they were going to pick Ronda Rousey to win the Rumble, and I thought, don't do that. That would have pissed so many people off.
Exactly. So you could say that, Ronda appearing after Asuka's win was the worst thing ever. And I will always say, you're right, but it could have been way worse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the lesser of two evils at that point.
Mm.
I'm not going to give a rating for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view because it will be covered in Rumble Back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be getting to work on it soon. I feel like I'm waiting for an opportunity somewhere. That, and I got to get with L-Man about something.
Mm-hmm.
But I did enjoy it. It's the first Royal Rumble in years I can actually say I've enjoyed myself. And this is rare for me. It's like they did something right. The right winners won. And I don't have anything to complain about, really.
No.
It's a solid pay-per-view. I mean, okay, Universal title match was Raw tag title match was all right. SmackDown tag title match was too short. WWE title match was a little better. But both Rumble matches were superb. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to bitch. I'm not going to complain. I enjoyed it. So, kudos WWE. You managed to do something that didn't make me mad. Enjoy that moment.
Yay.
You'll probably lose it at WrestleMania.
Yep.
The rumor I'm hearing that's going around on the wire is that they're going to find a way to insert Ronda Rousey into Asuka's title match, whichever one she chooses. And I'm like, don't do that.
No.
No.
I'll
be right back.
Okay.
Be right back.
I had the perfect video for that.
Uh-oh.
Where is it? Where is it?
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Oh,
Y'all heard that?
Yeah, I heard it. Not sure what to make of it.
Get some help.
It's basically the video is like, stop it. Get some help.
Yes. Please get some help. But I kind of have to echo Oni's sentiments there. The non-Rumble matches, some were a little hit and miss, but this is the first time in I don't know how long the Royal Rumble has not disappointed. Probably not since 2012.
we have to give it up to WWE on this. They did something that, in the end, didn't piss us off.
I mean, I remember reading out one tweet. I forget the user's handle, but it goes, WWE, you fucked it up again for 2017 because obviously Orton won the Rumble, and of course Cena retained that night. And Only's like, "Oh no, I'm getting mental pictures from Mania's past. No, we don't want Cena versus Orton from Mania." And even I was.
Oh God! Yeah,
If you recall, just Rumble reactions last year, I fell asleep during it.
Yeah, you did. You were just like out like a fucking light, man.
And I'm hearing Orton's music, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, Al.
Yeah, you were just like, what?
Not even the monster kept me awake for that. And of course, that's when they were also teasing Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Like, no, don't you dare.
And it happened.
Damn it.
And if I may interject, I think Papa Franco has something to say about that.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay?
Yeah, because that was a match no one asked.
Perfect for any situation.
Yeah, because that was a match we didn't ask for last year. I mean, it's as Oni said in the review for WrestleMania last year. If it had been Cena to retire Taker, finally, you have a reason to boo him. But he would have been able to turn it around. Roman, heel for life. You're not going to recover from that.
Exactly. He still hasn't recovered from it.
Any arena he comes out, especially last Sunday, I'm like, oh, it's like, not even Shawn Michaels had that kind of jeer whenever he would go to Montreal.
Exactly. When I said if it had been Cena versus Taker, yeah, Cena would have been heel for life, but he would have had a way to turn it around because he had been in this business for so long. And I think I've gotten used to the guy now. That's sad enough. Cena would have found a way to turn it around. That's, I will admit. Roman, fuck no. He's got the personality of a coconut. And before you say, oh, how dare you say that because he's Samoan or something? If I'd have said that about, say, Heath Slater, it would still have been true.
Yeah.
It's about
okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll take it back. How's this? Okay. I will take back the coconut insult. He's got a personality like a brick.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be insulting the coconut because at least a coconut can contribute to good cooking like Thai food and pina coladas.
You're right.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
Well, then again, same can be said for a brick because you can make something out of it.
Good point. All right. You know what? I take it back.
You could always compare him to a dog turd.
That's too good.
No, that's too good. That's too
you
good.
can turn that into fertilizer, I guess.
Hey, you could actually turn that into fertilizer if you want. That goes the same for cow turds.
Yeah.
You're about it. You have the personality of. Oh my God! If Kaiju Noir ever hears this, he may agree with me. I don't know. He's got the personality of. I apologize for this too. He's got the personality of Bascom from Mobile Suit Double Zeta Gundam. Not Double Zeta. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. And yes, you probably have noticed lately my Gundam kick has becoming to a desire now.
If you were a bit more emo, you could use the analogy of Kira Yamato from Gundam Seed. But that's because I have a personal bias against Gundam Seed. That's my least favorite Gundam series.
With Gundam Seed, even though I hate that series, that and Seed Destiny, you can find something in there that is good.
Nah. Roman Reigns is blander than Yamcha.
Oh God, no. Yamcha at least has a purpose.
Yeah.
Hell, a Cyberman has more purpose.
Ooh!
Ouch.
God's sakes, man. What is... Kui! There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can
He's about as-
compare him to Kui, because I
He's
would have
not-
said Raditz, but
No,
I'm sure
no,
Raditz had his purpose.
Raditz had a personality.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
about as personalities go, even though he had the power level of a cucumber.
Oh, Shippy noted, cats are terrified of cucumbers.
See, that'd be the only thing Raditz would be able to scare, is cats. Kui is about as useless as Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is about as useless as Kui.
Fair enough.
But still, that's not the point. Point is, what was the point? What were we doing again? Because I think we just got way off track. RawDown Rebound, we'll talk about anything but wrestling.
Roman Reigns heel for life.
Oh, right. Yeah, Roman Reigns, heel for life. There is no way he can recover from that. Again, he has the personality of Kui from Dragon Ball Z. That guy, no. If it had been anybody else, they might have recovered from it or used that as a platform. If it had been, you know what? Let's just say he didn't. Let's say Undertaker didn't retire, didn't lose to Roman. He'd have lost to, say, someone like Adam Cole. Adam Cole would have ran with it.
Oh yeah. I've seen his early work. Guy is a natural born heel, so he will definitely take this opportunity. Just like
Tommaso Ciampa would have ran with it, and you know he was already hated.
Oh yeah.
In kayfabe terms.
Yeah.
Because of what he did, especially now. If he'd have did that. No, wait a minute. The betrayal happened way after WrestleMania.
Yeah, take over Chicago.
Yeah, so might not have worked. I mean, it might have. I don't know. It might have planted the seed. Saying if he could beat the Undertaker, there's no telling what he might do. But then the impact to Johnny Gargano would have been less impactful. No, wait a minute. If we were, we were saying if Roman didn't beat Taker. Never mind. Okay, going back to what I said, if Ciampa would have been one, he was already heel. He already betrayed Gargano. He already whacked him again. And spoiler alert, he's the guy who got rid of Johnny Gargano from NXT.
That's definitely true.
So if Taker hadn't have lost against Roman, Ciampa would have been the one to do it, and Ciampa would be the one to be heel for life.
Yep.
He was already heel for life. You would just need that tiny final stamp of approval.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Roman, fuck him.
No thanks.
I don't wanna.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah.
Here's where I have to give my ratings. Obviously, you're reserving yours until a future retrospective, Oni. This year's Rumble, if I have to compare it to Rumbles of years past, so let's say for the sake of discussion, 99, 2001, arguably one of the best of them all because it was the hardcore Rumble, or the ladder match for the Intercontinental title that Jericho won with person who shall not be named because reasons, or I don't know why, but random says the 2005 Rumble is one of the best ones that's ever been done. A little iffy. Compared to them, I'll give this year's 5 out of 10, but based on its own merits and just in the last few years, I'm going to give this one an 8. The only things that let it down, as Oni mentioned, some of the non-Rumble matches were a little bit hit and miss. Raiden.
Well, I am a stickler for the 2001 Rumble, and the one that should not be named, that was possibly one of the best ones. 05, I enjoyed it for the fact that Vince actually messed up both of his quads. 06, I don't like going back to that Rumble that much anymore.
No.
For me, the last one was good was 07 and 12. And the rest can go fuck themselves. But with these two, I gotta say, I might restart that tradition of rewatching those again. Mostly the sounds are on mute, but for the score, I give it. I would give it the same score that you gave it. I give it a 5 out of 10. For me, last year the matches were good, while the Rumble matches were shit. Well, this year the 2 Rumble matches were great, while the matches were. So 5 out of 10.
Code 92.
Well, like I said, compared to the last few Rumbles we had, this was pretty better than the last few Rumble pay-per-views from the past few years. This had solid good matches, and the Rumble matches were pretty enjoyable. So for this one, I say 4 out of 5 for me.
Of course, people reminding us of when Vince McMahon tore both his quads, he gnashed himself.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Double Nash.
It's funny, whenever we go back to watch the 2014 Rumble reactions, you hear Kevin Nash's music goes off. Over on Twitter, Mafu just goes, quad alert. Oh my! The thing at the time when I was doing the editing, because I put this up on Blip as well, kind of in poor taste. I kind of imitated Nash if I was going to the ring, and then instantly fell on the floor, going, "Oh my quad!" I didn't put that up on the video because I thought, no.
Yeah, didn't your brother say it might have been in bad taste too?
Yeah, so that's why I edited out a small piece and just said go to commercial. Although, funny thing, I go back to watch the contract signing between Triple H and CM Punk for Night of Champions 2011. Notice when Nash got in the ring, Punk was instantly targeting his quad.
Ooh!
I thought, ooh, self-awareness?
OMG, Kevin Nash. WTF, thought he was dead. LOL.
Of course, Random goes and says that, oh, gosh dang it, you beat me to it! Lydia, your rating.
Well, it was definitely better than last year because I had my fears about what was happening last year. The title matches the main event, the Rumble matches weren't exactly those things to write home about. There were fairly decent moments. The Rumble matches are where this match are where this main event kind of goes with. It's like they were good. They were the callback. This is what depends on my scoring. And granted, having to listen to Stephanie on commentary I wasn't yelling when we were watching it, but it made me think of this clip of internally screaming. That was me that whole time.
Yeah.
Fuck you. All in all, I'll give it I'll be generous and give it a 6 out of 10.
Funny thing, one of the funniest thing I remember from the 2001 Rumble, because we brought it up, Drew Carey being in it was a thing.
Yeah.
God, yes.
When we were talking about that in the... I'm not sure which announce table or main event night we were doing, Oni, but you just simply said, Drew Carey's looking at the match going, fuck this shit, I'm out of here.
Exactly.
So I'm a celebrity. I pay people to do this. I don't do this no more.
And now he's in the freaking Hall of Fame. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Don't you know that the Hall of Fame is nothing but a publicity stunt?
I'm starting to believe it. Last but never least, win.
Let's see. I have to say it was a pretty interesting match to watch. The Rumbles were not in the least bit disappointing. They were action-packed, had a fair roster, and there wasn't a moment where I wasn't entertained. The non-Rumble matches were just okay. The opening one was mediocre. The U.S. Championship was pretty good, though I already knew that AJ Styles was going to come out on top. The Raw tag match, I was entertained, and the SmackDown one, I kind of had a feeling that the Usos were going to keep their title. So those were just meh, but they weren't horrible. So in terms of the entirety, I have to give it a 7.5.
That's fine. Which begs to question, what are they going to do to fill up the card for Mania? Because one of the things I've noticed with WrestleManias down the years, if WrestleMania is on an even number, the amount of matches go as close to 10 or they go above 10. So if you look at WrestleMania 20, for example, there were 11 to 12 matches signed for that night. Yet if WrestleMania is on an odd number, the most amount of matches you'll get is like 7 or 8. And that's a 4-hour event. Of course, WrestleMania this year being an even number, I'd like to think we're going to get at least a good, say, 9 to 10 matches and not have some of them end too quick. Because some of the things I've noticed with WrestleMania in the last 5 years, the matches aren't as long as they used to be, unless they're just doing that purposely just to get their promotional product placement tie-ins. Like particularly for WrestleMania 26, where we had that Slim Jim product placement where it goes from one WWE diva to the late Mae Young, then to Mean Gene Okerlund, and eventually she turns into Melena and walks off with Santino. Or to... Oni will remember this one very clearly when they were at WrestleMania 27 when they were doing the talent contest backstage with Teddy Long and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Hornswoggle rapping.
Oh, dear sweet God.
And then Zack Ryder singing Friday.
Why?
Exactly. I mean, Odie, you had to be in the arena thinking, what the fuck am I watching?
I did. Oh, you're talking about WrestleMania 27, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. About time somebody recognized its gloriousness.
I mean, was that segment really needed?
Not really, no. But I do want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody... did we find out an announcement where WrestleMania 35 is going to be?
Not that I know of.
Because I was going to ask, has anybody found out where WrestleMania 35 is going to be held?
No, yeah. To be fair, they don't announce it unless it's on the actual night itself, or maybe a week
month before.
The commercials I've seen, it looked like they were teasing WrestleMania this year to be in New Orleans.
They are. I'm talking WrestleMania 35 next year.
Oh,
they plan to get out a year in advance. When
not that I've seen though, in terms of the next one.
Yeah, I wasn't insulting you. I was just saying they do tease this shit in advance.
No worries. I'm not insulted. I'm not one to become offended so easily.
Oh, thank God. Because God knows I need another freaking SJW on my butt.
You mean
Oh
sorry?
God, no! If that ever happens, just end my existence, please.
I'll hold you to it.
SJW, sorry, jackass whiners.
I don't give a shit about them.
But the reason why I asked that is because considering the fact that the Georgia Dome is no longer around.
Wow.
Yeah, and because of the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium that was put up in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome imploded.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep thinking in my head, when is WWE going to go back to Atlanta for their second WrestleMania in that, what they're calling that beautiful new stadium that's holding the legacy of failure in the Falcons?
Oh, dear.
Oh, come on. People who live in Atlanta, let's face it, that's the best thing that's going for you is WrestleMania. You're welcome.
That's not untrue.
Okay, oh, it's not true?
I said it's not untrue.
Oh, I apologize. I was about to say, prove me wrong. Anyway, legit. I don't know what's going to happen for this year's WrestleMania. Oh, okay, I do know it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. Thank you.
I think that is that, and whatever the women's title match that Asuka goes for, those two are going to steal the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Brock's contract ends after WrestleMania 34.
There are rumors swirling around on the wire that Cena might retire this year.
Oh, well,
To be fair, and this is just me calling this down the middle, what's he got left to do?
Well, he could play some bad guy in Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's just.
I'm withholding my opinions about that that show until I at least see a trailer or a clip because
Same.
Exactly.
well, the problem is with a lot of, and this is something I was guilty of back in the day, we react to the first thing that we see, and it's just like, no. Step back, let everything fold open a second, just so we get the full picture. And I'm not hot on the new designs. I'll say that much. The only one I kind of am okay with is Donnie, but Donnie's one of those few characters that it's difficult to screw him up. But the other thing I've heard is for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're not brothers anymore. It's like, have you people not learned anything from Next Mutations?
Oh.
Lest we forget Venus.
Yeah.
I don't know. In this case, I believe Eastman and Laird have been a bit more protective with their properties that I've seen, especially since 2012's TMNT was good. So I'm going to reserve my judgment because for all we know, we might end up with another Transformers animated. Gets poorly judged at first, but turns out to be actually good.
Yeah. Actually, your brother just said something about it. We haven't even seen one frame of animation from this, and people already view it as the worst TMNT thing ever.
Of course they are.
It's the nostalgia.
To be fair, the 2012 series felt like a nice love letter to the 1987 series because there were a lot of callbacks to that, along with having the cast members actually reprising their roles whenever they did the team ups. So I felt it was a nice balance because I felt that 2003 got too dark and edgy just for the sake of, even though it was a nice refreshing twist. I think people just wanted a nice balance whereby it was campy, but it knew when to step away from it a little bit.
Yeah, 2003 was more aimed towards some storylines from the comics. That's why.
Yeah.
And the comics are a tad more darker than the existing cartoons.
I mean, it was really influence for the 1990 movie. You know, I mean, it had the 80s slapstick cheesy comedy, and it had the old school comic darks.
And it did have the origin from the 1991 movie, from everything, including how he scooped them up in the coffee can.
Mind you, I don't know what they're going to do with regards to a new movie, because even though Out of the Shadows was positively received because it was basically a live-action version of the 80s series, they said they're rebooting it again. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, thank y'all for reminding me. Personal thing, I have to find my W-2 form.
Okay.
For some reason. If it loads. Anyway, while I'm waiting for it to load, I think we're done here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
We finished the review.
Guys, I need to make snacks for my Super Bowl, so.
Yes, let's all go enjoy the soup or bowl. No. You're right. Let's go enjoy Tom Brady sucking off the refs.
Let's not say we did.
Ouch.
You're not wrong, but still, that image.
Yeah.
Though I'm not gonna lie, I will probably cheer a bit on the inside if the Eagles win, only because almost every Patriots fan, with the exception of one of my regular customers at work at the cafe, most of the Patriot fans that I've run into have been smug and very, very obnoxious.
Oh yeah. The only reason I'm going to be watching the game anyways is for the potential trailers, because I have things to react to if it's anything Marvel.
Right.
I don't have cable, so I'm going to be waiting for when someone puts the puppy bowl and the kitten bowl on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I just finished watching that. That's super adorable.
Well, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Hopefully they can not screw this up, but we'll wait and see. Until the WrestleMania preview panel, which will be on April 8th, I have been the Knight.
I've been the Oni.
I've been the awesome one.
I've been the Rogue and Crazy Cat Lady.
Okay. I have been the cybernetic but energetic Fist of the North Star.
And I have been the CO92.
Catch you on the rebound.
Later.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Have fun
See you
with the
next
Super
time.
Bowl. Do not rage quit.